beauty accessorizers and friends, Julia here from Accessorize Your Life. Thank you for tuning into this video. Well, today we're going to take a look at some neutral palettes that I have that are in my Shop My Stash tray, as well as something else that recently came in. And I think we're going to use that most recent palette to do an eye look. So if this is something you'd like to see, stay tuned, my friends. Okay. So I know this week I've been all over the place, from doing a collaboration to Julia Cooks to doing Shop My Stash with eyeshadows and foundation. You know, I've been all over the place, and no problem. It's all good. I'm still focused. I got a plan. Even though it doesn't look like it, I have a plan. Well, in my Shop My Stash tray, I have several neutral things that I pulled from my stash or my wardrobe back there. One is the Armani Liquid Eye Tint. I really like this, so much so that I went in for another one. This is my oldest one here, and it's a beautiful, let's do this quickly. It's kind of dry, but a beautiful neutral color, which looks good on mostly anybody. I think it looks good on everybody. You can wear it alone, or you can add other shadows to it. You can use this as a base and then pile on the colors atop of it. But it's beautiful. Next, I have Charlotte Tilbury, her Desert Haze palette, which I think is really nice. I've been using this color a lot, and that orange. I've been using it all, don't let me lie. All of it, because it works so well as a base palette and as a standalone palette. I love neutrals, and yeah, I do. I think that they give you that earthy look, they give you a natural look, and I think when you need to, excuse me, now that the temperature has changed, the heat is coming on more and drying things out, including my throat. Excuse me. But it gives you that natural look, that earthy look, and you can enhance the look if you care to, or you just can pop a sheer topper on and go. It's so easy to work with. Neutrals are, in my opinion. Next in my Shop My Stash tray are my Prada palettes. Basically neutral palettes with a pop. Now this one has a pop that is still rather neutral in my book. Here is the most neutral Prada palette I have. I love the formula. And when you take this color here that looks like it's going to be bright or something, it just has a hint, I think, of purple to it. But then again, not really. So it is a beautiful neutral palette in my opinion. And I just love all three of these items that I pulled this month for my Shop My Stash. But guys, when I tell you I was perusing on Sephora during the sale, you know, the savings event, and then I started perusing when the sale was over, but found out that I wasn't going to pay full price for a palette. I went over to Macy's, who's having, I think, 15% off. I start perusing there, and then I realized I had a $20 bonus or whatever like that to use. So I saw this palette, the Ambers palette from ABH, Anastasia Beverly Hills. And when I saw it, I said, whoa, are you kidding me? That's beautiful. And it's the right size. It fits into the category, because you notice all of these palettes I've shown you are compact. Nothing here is big and bodacious as far as size. They can all fit into my makeup bag, and that's my goal. If I'm picking up any eyeshadow palettes, I want them to be compact. I do. I really do. I'm into that. And I think the brands are getting hold of that too, because as of late, that's what I see coming out. A lot of compact palettes, and I'm here for it. So when I saw this one, and I saw that it looked so warm and earthy and neutral, I said, yes, I'm getting that. So with that $20 off, I paid $10 for this palette. And it was already on sale for $29, I think. And it normally goes for $30-ish. So it's on sale still at Macy's. But at Sephora, no, the sale was over. So this is what it looks like. This is the case. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the green and the gold font. The green case, that is, and the gold font. So pretty. It's a 9-pan palette. Only 9 shadows. This is what they look like. In this palette, you get 6 metallics and 3 mattes. Now these metallics aren't your Danessa Myricks metallics or anybody else's metallics. These are metallics that are beautiful on mature eyelids or for people who like matte eyeshadows, who don't go for that graphic or editorial look. Raise your hand if you like that type of metallics for an everyday look. I do. I certainly do. And that's why I was drawn to this palette. I mean, even before I found out they were metallics, I was drawn to it. And some people are saying that this reminds them of the palette back in the day when Mario did a collaboration with ABH. And I think before he became well known or was on his own, he did that collaboration. And I think it was the Master Palette or something. I wanted that palette so bad, but I was new to makeup, and for some reason I just kept putting the brakes on so many purchases that I now regret. That was a beautiful palette, and I think that's what this is leaning towards. This is going back in time, pulling out that 2016 or whatever time it was, colors and formula. This is not supposed to be powdery or anything like that, and it's supposed to be friendly for mature eyes and just enough of light emitting colors and finishes that you don't feel overwhelmed. So I'm going to prime my eyes and do a look with this palette. I have not swatched it, so maybe we should start there. Yeah, I'm thinking. That's how I think. Anyway, I need to prime my eyes, so I want to do that and let them sit while I'm swatching the colors, because I have not done that, have not swatched these colors, and I don't know if all what I'm telling you is true for me. My hair is a mess, guys. But anyway, I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping what they say about this palette is gospel. The gospel truth. Because I want to love it. Now this isn't the only neutral palette that I picked up. I did get one from the savings event, and I think next week we'll look into that one. Why am I going up so high? Always on this eye I do that. Okay, I'm going to go from here, here, and here. That's 3 down. This is the first 3 from the pan. There are no names to these shadows. They're like A1, 2, 3. So this would be the, where is it? This would be the first one. It's like a gold, metallic gold, but see, it's not crazy. And here is the A2, the second one. That's a nice, crease color for me, isn't it? And then this one here that really blends into my skin is another nice crease color. So that's the top row here. All swatch from here to here. Beautiful. And one of them, I believe, only one is a matte, and it's this one. They're so subtle, the matte. I mean, the metallics are so subtle, it's hard to tell. Second row. This is a beautiful fall palette, and by it being neutral, it can take you, I think, all year round. This is starting with the second row rather. I can see it right there. Beautiful. And it is a metallic. This is a matte, and this beautiful one here is a metallic. Now, and that's, here we are, right there. And we're going here now, starting with the green. There's pops of color at the bottom. Oh, it shows up on me. It's like a khaki green. I like that. So this is the bottom row, starting with the green right there. The blue, which is like a slate blue. And then this, I don't know, reddish brown, almost kind of like burgundy color, but I like it. So those are the colors. Very nice, very nice, very nice neutral palette. So let's get busy with this palette. And that's this one here, right here. Now there is some kick up. There is some, it's kind of powdery. This brush actually picked up quite a bit. Let me tap it off. Evidently there were 2 other palettes that came out last year and they had a lot of kick up, so they weren't well received. But I didn't know anything about those, and I wouldn't have known anything about this had I not just been perusing the Sephora. Yeah, you see the kick up site after the sale even, because you know what Sephora does sometimes, they will sneak in and extend the sale. They've done that before. So I was checking, I was checking to see if they had extended the sale this year, and no, they hadn't. Not when I last looked. Now I could have missed out. They could have done it between the time I ordered this palette and now. Okay, so big fluffy brush in a matte here is not a good idea. We're going to go with more of a paddle brush into our next color. I'm wearing green. I'm tempted to use the green, but then I really don't want to yet. So I think I'm going to go in with, let's go in with this color here. That would have been a nice crease color too. Let's do that. Let's put that up there. Yeah, I like that as my transition color there. Alrighty, so wiping off this brush. And I think I'm going to do my outer corner with this matte. I think it's a matte. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a matte, I think. It's powdery, guys. And I think that's what happened with last year's palette. People had it shipped to them and it just fell apart. Not as intense as like the Charlotte Tilbury palette that I just showed you earlier, but it's still nice. I like it. Shader brush in here, might as well use it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the green. Yes, that's what I like when it comes to colors. On a day-to-day basis, let me bring you in. This is it for me. Can you see that? How pretty that is? And how well it shows up on me? I'm always looking for a beautiful green. Oh, because green is one of my favorite colors. So happy with this. And I'm getting kick up with this, believe it or not. And it's a metallic. Now, I did read that ABH said you can wet these shadows with a setting spray that has this moisturizing, and you will get a different payoff. Okay, now I want to go in with one of these 2 colors at the top, that or that. I think I need this in the inner corner. So we're going to take this little brush just to brighten it up. And just, yeah. Woo! Mamma mia, brightened it up some. Quite a bit, quite a lot. Oh, almost too much over here. Well, we'll just play around with it. And now I want to take the same brush because it's so detailed and go in with that middle shade that I said was my transition shade here. And just, yeah, it's the kind of brush you need to make this pop. You see that? Makes it pop, and I want to bring it down some. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush like I did at the beginning, that big old brush, and just smooth everything out. Taking the primer for the lashes from Dior. Now, one thing I read is that you can use these shadows on your body. I thought that was a little strange, but yeah, the metallics, but I think it's too powdery for that, unless you go in with that spray first. So I'm going to use mascara in green. So here I have my Pixi. This is a setting mist. Actually, it's a glow mist, and I think that's what they're referring to. So I'm going to take a small brush from this collection here and go into one of these shadows and then see if I can lay this down a little better. What I don't like is the mascara with this. I don't like that shade of green with this, but so I'm going to try to do something about that. But I do like the way the eyeshadow is coming off. I'm going to take another color, the second color in the pan, with this and put it here and carry it down here. I'm going to go off camera and just reapply mascara, my Deficil black mascara, because I'm not liking this green mascara, and choose a lipstick, and I'll be right back. I won't put you through all that. Okay guys, I've added lipstick, liner, went in with the black mascara, which didn't completely coat the lashes, but it did give me a little bit of coating that I'm happy with. I used some of the shadows on the lower lash line there, and I gotta say, all in all, I'm happy with it. If this is not your vibe, don't pick up this palette, because it, although it's cute and all, and although it's a neutral, you see I have the shield over the colors here because they're dusty. At least mine is. Beautiful, cute little palette. If you want a neutral palette, a new palette, a fall palette, anything like that, earthy tone colors, you know, the blue in there is not like reach out and get me, you know, or grab me. It's not that bright or obvious blue. It's a toned down slate blue, so you're not getting a whole lot of color in this palette. And you can see how the green looks even after I use the Glow Mist setting spray on it, so as was suggested by ABH. So the look is neutral, earthy tones. If you like that kind of thing, if that's your vibe, that's where you get your kicks, this is for you. Powdery doesn't bother a lot of people. They think the colors are more saturated or something if they're powdery. I don't know. All I know is it gets everywhere and it can be messy. It doesn't bother me that the kick up is there, because I know to use my foundation after I do my eyeshadow. So no problem there. But there's nothing groundbreaking here. There's nothing extraordinary. It's just an old school look and palette that if you missed out on that Mario palette when it first came out, you might want to get this, because some of the shades remind me of that palette as it did others. I like it. What can I say? I'm glad I picked it up. I had to see for myself. Is it something I will use? I hope so, but I will put it right in the line with this, even though this formulation is way much better. But as far as me using it, it may be forgotten and underused. So I hope that doesn't happen. It's so stinking cute. I love the green packaging. Packaging always gets me. But, you know, would I reach for it all the time? Maybe not. But I do like the green. I'm very happy with this green. Yeah, and I like that it's friendly for everybody. It's kind of warm tones, but there are enough lighter colors in there that can work for a lot of people. And there's enough deeper colors in here that can work for a lot of people. And I think when we're mature, we don't need all dark colors or deep colors on our eyes, because it just makes us look, our eyes look tired and just doesn't lift them up. We need a lift. So I'm glad that there's some of those metallics in there that are just subtle and can open up the eyes some. So yeah, that's my opinion on this palette, the Ambers palette from ABH. Not a big palette, a little palette that's compact in size. You can travel with it. That's what attracted me to it, as well as the packaging and the fact that there were mattes plus low-key metallics. Yeah, I like it. But when I run out of it, would I repurchase it? No. There's lots more out there that can do the same thing, and probably right here in my tray or my wardrobe there that can give me the same thing without all the kick up. Well, I hope I haven't confused you with this review of this palette, and let me know what you think of it. Is it something that you would like to have in your arsenal of makeup? Was it something that you could happily skip and not feel like you missed a beat at all? So long. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.